I'm pretty sure almost everyone who has worked with Raspberry Pi projects has faced the same problem, and I have a solution for you. You're halfway through building something interesting. Everything seems working fine, and suddenly the Pi starts overheating, everything starts to slow down, the terminal hangs, the network drops, or the whole board becomes unresponsive. I have experienced this many times, especially with Raspberry Pi Zero. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing board for its size and price, but it was never designed to behave like a desktop computer running heavy CPU intensive Python codes continuously. So the question is, how can we use Raspberry Pi Zero and still get the job done securely and efficiently? The solution is actually very simple and anyone can do it, even if you are just starting out. Instead of forcing Raspberry Pi to do all the heavy work by itself, we let it ask for help from the cloud. The Pi runs only a lightweight code, and whenever it needs to do something really heavy, it sends that task to the cloud service, waits for the result, and then continues. Think of it like this: Raspberry Pi becomes the controller, and the cloud becomes the brain. This approach is called thin client model. The Pi stays cool and stable, and the cloud handles the hard work and calculations. If you're not familiar with cloud, you have to start learning it right now because cloud computing is not just a trend, it's the future of technology. Almost everything today, from mobile apps to smart devices, depends on the cloud in some way. Here, we'll be using something called AWS Lambda for our experiment. AWS Lambda is a cloud service that lets us run code without managing any kind of servers. It's very easy to handle. You simply upload your code and AWS automatically runs it only when it is needed. Don't worry about the setup for now. We will go through how to set this up in a few seconds. The good part is you don't have to be an expert to start using it. To help you understand, let me use a very simple example. In this experiment, I will be calculating 250,000 prime numbers. Here, the computer has to actually test numbers, perform divisions, and decide whether each number is a prime or not. On one side, the Raspberry Pi calculates a prime number locally, and on the other side, the AWS Lambda calculates the exact same thing in the cloud. First, we will run this code in Raspberry Pi. So this is a script that will be generating the prime numbers, and it prints a new line of output every few thousand prime numbers. Each line shows how long the script has been running, how much CPU the Pi is using, what the CPU temperature is, and which prime number it has reached. This means you can literally read what the Pi is going through while it works. You will see that CPU usage stays very close to 25% for a long time, right? As the computation continues, the CPU temperature steadily rises. So once the code has finished execution, we can see that the temperature has risen from 45 degrees to 51.5 degrees in just 100 seconds. This is exactly what happens in real projects when you push heavy Python workloads into a Pi Zero. This is why many Raspberry Pi projects randomly slow down, lose network connectivity, or freeze. It's not always a bad code. Very often, it's simply too much work for the hardware. In real projects, you are rarely calculating prime numbers alone. You might be processing sensor data, handling encryption, doing image processing, running multiple Python threads, or talking to the network at the same time. This causes overheating. Now, let's do the exact same calculation in the cloud and see how the Raspberry Pi performs. Now, let me tell you something that might be really interesting for you if you are really into electronics and robotics. What if I tell you that you can start learning PCB designing and circuit drawing totally free, from beginner level to advanced level? Yes, Altium has a free program for students called Altium Student Lab. If you have a school or university email, you can simply enroll and follow proper courses that teach you how real engineers design electronics. You learn step by step, you get guided lessons, and at the end, you can get a certificate that is actually recognized by the industry. So, if you are studying electronics or want to get into hardware design, check the link in the description and join for free. Alti focuses on helping engineers, makers, and teams design electronics in a way that is organized, shareable, and ready for manufacturing. The cloud runs the same prime number algorithm using standard Python code. There are no special libraries, no shortcuts, and no tricks. The only difference is where the code runs. This brings us to the important concept in this video: the thin client. The Raspberry Pi should focus on what it's good at: handling sensors, buttons, displays, GPIOs, and lightweight logics. When something heavy needs to be done, the Pi sends a request to the cloud and waits for the result. This keeps the Pi cool, responsive, and reliable even in long-running projects. By offloading, in order to accomplish this, we can use AWS. And in AWS, we can create a small AWS Lambda function and paste our Python code into it. AWS automatically takes care of running this code whenever it is triggered. The Lambda function is triggered through a secure web request. When the Raspberry Pi needs to do heavy works, it sends the required data to this Lambda function just like sending a message. Lambda runs the computation, produces the result, and sends a response back to Raspberry Pi. The Pi waits for this response and continues its work without stressing its own CPU. And this is the script that will be running in Raspberry Pi that will be sending the message to the Lambda and receiving the response. You will find all these scripts, the whole setup, and the permissions and everything needed in the AWS in the link in the description down below. When I run the script, you will start seeing the difference. The CPU is not going above 1%, you see? And also, the temperature is not increasing. In fact, it is recovering after the previous run. Now, we can see the whole execution took only 25 seconds and we got exactly the same result. So, by offloading heavy computational to the cloud, you avoid overheating, CPU bottlenecks, and random freezes on the Raspberry Pi. At the same time, you gain access to powerful computing resources that run only when you need them. One thing that you will need to consider is AWS Lambda is not completely free. You pay a very small amount based on how long the code runs. But it's really small for simple tasks. For example, for a task like this, a single execution costs roughly 0.000001 USD, which is practically nothing for occasional or moderate use. Security is also important. If a Lambda function is left open without proper protection, anyone could trigger it and cause problems. I have explained how to secure this properly in the link in the description down below. If you still have questions or want deeper explanation, let me know in the comments and we can create a separate video for you just for that. So let us know in the comments if you have any doubts or if you would like us to cover any other topics.